Hey CCF, it's so good to be back with you, and it was so just awesome to be able to be in the teaching platform on Sunday with you. But here on this Wednesday, I just want us to think about this, because I know if you feel like anything like me, that it just seems like everything is not for certain, right? It seems like everything is kind of up in the air. I mean, we're hearing a lot about trying to get the kids back in school, and it's like, they going on August the 31st, or aren't they going on August the 31st? It's, and there's just so many things, and you stop and think about this. Just think about how many uncertainties there have been over the past several months. But here's what I want to remind every Christ follower, that we have a certainty in the foundation of our life. I want to remind you of this story that Jesus shared, and I hope this is encouraging to you, because this does not have to be uncertain. The foundation of your life can be for certain. And it's Matthew chapter 7, verse number 24. It says, "Anyone who listens to my teaching and follows it is wise, like a person who builds a house on a solid rock." You see, as a Christ follower, as you build your life upon the principles that Jesus has taught us, that's solid. Whether we're in the middle of COVID, or whether we're in this world pandemic, or whatever is going on, what is never changing is you building your life on biblical principles. That is how we are called to build our life. So let me ask you, are you building your life on these biblical principles, the way that Jesus would call you to live your life? And in this parable, he goes on to say that some people are foolish and they build their life, it's like trying to build a house on the sand. And man, when the rain comes, when the world pandemic comes, it just washes it away. Christ follower, as you build your life upon the foundation of Jesus, you can be certain of this, that no matter what happens, you can be confident in your heart, in your mind, and in your soul that Jesus knows exactly what's happening. He knows exactly where you are, and he will see us through this. So be for certain of this. I hope even in another part, here's what the Apostle Paul said about this idea of foundation. He said this in 1 Corinthians in chapter 3. He says that what we, in verse 11, 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse number 11, "For no one can lay any foundation other than the one we have already laid, which is Jesus Christ." So let's build our life this week. Let's build our life. Let's continue to build upon the foundation, these biblical principles of the way that Jesus told us to live our life. And then when the storms of life come, the world pandemics, all the uncertainty, are the kids going back to school? Aren't they going back to school? All the science behind both sides on the mask, in all this uncertainty, we can be certain that Jesus loves you, and that you matter, that he went to the cross for you, and that he took on your punishment, he took on my punishment, and that you can have a relationship with God the Father because of Jesus, and that we can continue to build off of that. This is the foundation. This is the foundation that God has called us, that Jesus is calling us all to live. And hey, I want you to know, church, I want to remind all of us of this thing, that even though our church is uncertain about what's happening, right? We're still with just one service right now. And it looks like we're going to be in just one service for the rest of August. But in September, we are going to 2 services in September. Once we kind of see how school gets settled in, we're going to kind of learn from that. But we're hoping to go to 2 new service times for in-person services. So I hope that you're just listening. You're on the front end of this, but in September, we're going to go to 2 in-person service times. That's 2 services times 9 a.m. in the morning and 11 a.m. So 9 and 11 starting in September. That's our goal, as long as everything doesn't go sideways again. That's our goal. We've got to be flexible with this. We're trying to be flexible. We're trying to learn. So September, 2 services, 9 and 11. And of course, we will always be online. And you know what? Just because we haven't been able to have the in-person services that we wish that we could have, like normal, the church has never stopped. You have never stopped being the church. From day one of this in March, you have never stopped being the church. Thank you for continuing to show up and serve in the ways that you have. And we want you to know there are ways to still serve our community. And one of them is going to be an ice cream social that's coming up. You're going to hear more from Steve Van Horn and how we're partnering with Johnny and Friends and Magnolia Pediatrics. And we just need some people to come and serve at that event. We need some people to come and serve our vets for Operation Stand Down. We're going to try and partner with Operation Stand Down in Johnson and have a lunch for them and serve them and just hear their story and kind of understand where they're at and just serve, because that's what Jesus has called us to do. And then there's Hope Day in Warwick. They're calling it Hope Day. They did this last year. They served literally hundreds of Warwick residents who were in need. And we want to be a part of that. And there are going to be all kinds of details coming out about ways that we can continue to live on mission as we go and serve the community and demonstrate the love of God. You see, this is the foundation. This is a foundation that we serve from, or that we build into our life. We serve from that foundation. So I hope and trust that you will continue to build on that foundation that will never be shaken. Thanks so much, CCF. I love you guys so much and can't wait until I can see you in person.